Welcome to the Un Billón Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Marisol Uribe, and this is the Un Billón Mindset Podcast. So we bring on guests in the business realm who's successful both in their personal lives and in their business lives, and you get to learn their story, what drives them, what motivates them, and where it all began. Today I have a very special guest, Victor Peña. He is the founder and CEO of Omniprint International. So without further ado, welcome to the Un Billón studio. Victor, I'm so happy to have you today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Super happy to be here, Marisol. And here, my main intention is to bring some value to the audience out there.
Absolutely. So tell us a bit about Omniprint. I know from your bio, you didn't start in the business venture world. You started sort of with a blue collar job and then you transitioned, correct?
Yeah, definitely. So a little bit about me, came from Mexico, 7, 8 years old, no English. And, it was a start in pretty much, helping the family out in construction and, using that to educate myself and pay through school that way. And it was a kind of a humble start for sure. But one thing I could tell you is that the hard work and all of the things that you go through during that time really helped propel and give me kind of a vision of where it is that I'd rather be doing and where I would want to go. And so from there, I got into like engineering, the tech world, and that led me to start my Omniprint International business, where we help creative people that create merchandise. If you picture people that have their Etsy stores, Shopify stores, and they create products, our technology and our machines are used to help them and empower them to create their brands and grow. And it's what I've been doing for about 18 years now. And it's been a amazing journey so far, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
That's amazing. What do you think about my Un Billón merch?
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
So
one of the things that's important, for everybody out there, the times where you would see like free T-shirts being shot out of a cannon, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if you can create a message like you did, the Un Billón, people will relate to it. They'll buy your merch. They'll give you good pricing for it. And it's another way for you to start a relationship with somebody. So everybody needs to be doing what you're doing and creating that kind of awareness through merch.
I love it. So you have a background in engineering and tech. And that sort of propelled you to, did you patent any of these devices or any of these mass distributing products, something that you really started from scratch?
Yeah, so we have a full R&D facility here where we design and develop our own products. We have some patented stuff, licensed stuff, but primarily think about it like this: when you develop certain technology, it's the way that I look at it anyways, is what can we build to bring value to the marketplace? And I would say the tech is maybe 20 to 30% of what gets you there. The rest is what value are you providing and how can somebody be successful using it? So that's kind of the main difference of that we do here on when we create products or not.
That's a great differentiator too, because I noticed you also have live events and you bring in your expertise of what you've learned in the business world with Cardone Ventures, with Brandon Dawson. And those are just some examples on how continuous mentorship is key, right? I know you met my boyfriend at a 10X event with Grant Cardone. And I know you personally by now have done business dealings with Grant Cardone. So those are just names to put out there, guys. But if you're in a similar situation where maybe you're stuck and you are working that blue collar job and you do have an idea, well, maybe this is your opportunity to switch that mindset to the business world. And it's one of the hardest schools. I was in grad school for a bit. I wanted to develop a public health concept. And as soon as I did, I said, you know what? I have all the tools I need already. Let me just save time and money and just launch this and put this to work. So that's kind of where I'm at. I have since founded the $1 billion wellness and aesthetics. So that's my banner here behind me. And the point is to do something similar as the 10X health system, in which I'm bringing these IV vitamins and nutrients to my Latino community. And I'm tying it to the Un Billón Health book concept that I wrote. So I want to segue into that, Victor. I know you're into health as well. So tell me, what have been non-negotiables for you that you're implementing today?
That's a great question. So first of all, congratulations on what you're doing on the health, especially for our communities. There's not enough education there, so you're starting with that, and so I really commend you for doing that. I think you're going to do amazing, and whatever I can help you there, I'm more than willing to do that. So, I've gone full circle because for me, my health is non-negotiable, right? So that means that if I don't take care of myself, then I can't take care of others, my business, my real estate business, my team members. Like, I can't do any of that. So that's why, for example, every morning here in our headquarters, there's a gym here, and I'm there at 6 a.m. And that's my time to crush it. So I'll put stress on my body that's healthy, which is like heavy weights, and then thermal stress, which is sauna and cold plunge and stuff like that, and then definitely my hydrations, vitamins, all that. So that's something that I'm doing on the daily.
That's awesome. Thank you for congratulating me. It's just the beginning, and I certainly look to collaborate with other CEOs and business owners so they could also service their whole team if they can. I know, if you're at a point where you can afford it, maybe do like a monthly wellness get together with your team. Having a gym at the facility where you work, your corporate office, is one of the best things, because it's there and it eliminates excuses and it eliminates commute times. So that's great that you're leading by example. I did notice you have your physical therapy / PT training with Josh this morning. I noticed that he's well built, so you're on your way there.
Let me tell you this. So accountability is important, and that is a game changer for me. So, the first thing is you want to take advice from people that are already there where you want to be at, right? So I look at, for a trainer, you want to have like a trainer that's that looks good, that takes care of themselves, that they do the workouts and all that they're pushing you to do. Similar to wealth, right? You want to look at like who's there already, who's doing it. So my mentor, for example, for real estate is Grant Cardone, because he's already there. For business building is Brandon Dawson, because he's been there, done that, and is doing it again. So pay attention to who you have as your mentor, because if they haven't done it, then there's no way that you're going to be able to get to that point, right? So that's the first step. And then second is that accountability, because most of the days, it's not like I want to get up and, get over here and meet them up in the dark so that we can start working out, right? I don't want it, right? But the reality is I already know he's either almost there or there, because I live so close, and then, I can't lag on him. And so I just have to show up. And then when you make the decision that every day you're going to show up, then you're not every single day trying to negotiate with yourself whether you want to do it or not or whatever. I already know I don't want to do it. I already know it's cold. I already know, but I already know that I'm not going to negotiate. So I just go and show up, right? So that's very important. So there's two sides of it. So there's a side of just I will have more energy than you, so I'll go longer. I'll my brain will be sharper, right? So if we're competing, and let's say everything is the same, we're the same intelligence, we're the same everything, we have the same training. I'm just gonna outwork you because I'll have more energy, right? But number two, I do things that I don't want to do that are uncomfortable for that reason. So if you pull back because you're uncomfortable and you don't have that strength and the mindset to be like, okay, well, yeah, I'm freezing, I'm shivering. It's not like super comfy in here. And as a matter of fact, like my brain says you're about to die in here, which you're not, right? But you want to pop out. So you'll do uncomfortable things. So if I'm used to pushing through and doing uncomfortable things, and then you're not, then I'm also going to beat you there. And those are the two main reasons where you want to A, take care of yourself, and then B, do things that are uncomfortable, because you're going to be able to, all things being equal, be able to win. So those are two main reasons.
That's awesome. Let's transition to relationships. So tell me a little bit on your love story, how you met your wife, and how you've become this power couple that you are today.
Oh, that's a great question. So I'll start with this part, because I don't think you hear it enough in business. I don't think you hear it enough, especially in the Latin community. You didn't hear that at all, right? So your number one business partner is going to be that person that you're waking up with every single day and that you're going to sleep with every single day. Okay, that's your number one business partner. That sets your tone of how big you can go. All right, and so, my wife is that for me. So we're partners in the business, we're partners in the real estate, we're partners in life, right? And in any ventures we'll do together, and we're both aligned in that same journey of growth, learning, and all that. And we're using each other's skill sets to be able to grow faster. Okay. And, we met in LA about 10 years ago. I went out with my cousin because it was his birthday, and it was like, hey, we have a choice. We can go to TJ or we can go to LA. What do you want to, it's your birthday. You tell me. So by chance, we went to LA, and she was there, and she was working as a promotional model at a place where we were at. And, she would not give me her phone number, not one bit. So, there was several no's on that night, right? But to me, it was like a hard maybe, or it was like a soft yes, right? But I ended up finding out that her mom was there, and I extracted the phone number from the mom. And I didn't wait the regulation 3 days back in the day, because you had to make them wait, this and that. That was the game. Everybody can relate to that. So I didn't wait. I called her the next morning, and she's like, how'd you get my number? I'm like, well, I got it from your mom. And that was the start. And she was always super nice, I had a good mindset. And then we just, developed the relationship from there. Yeah, that's hilarious. The main thing is, if you have that type of feeling or whatever, you just got to go for it, right? And make it happen, whether or not you get the phone number or not. So
good job, Victor. You know what? I gave Vidal a lot of resistance too. So I give props to you guys, you business owners with a team. It's just a different mindset. Again, with the Beyond mindset, it's like conquering past the fear of rejection, getting the no's.
Exactly.
Turning them into yeses. I've heard once before, no is next opportunity. So you just keep going, right? And like people who say door knock for a living, the next best deal is behind the next door, or the next podcast is the next best podcast is the next one, and so on and so forth if you want to grow something to prevent stagnation. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that part of your life. And you guys are also maybe just beginning. You have not reached your peak at all. And I'm just so glad to have connected with you in the time and place and circumstances now that I'm meeting you. It's just the beginning. So to wrap up, what is
Likewise.
that billion-dollar mindset? What does an un billón mindset mean to you? And how are you committed to fulfilling this definition?
Yeah, I love that question. So that the mindset is, since the billion, or the brick, those are what people use, right? But the reality is, what it means is it's that ungettable, unreachable for most people type of goals and targets, right? That's what that means to me. But the main difference is that there are systematic ways that you can actually go and achieve it. If you number one, put in the work and hustle for it, but you do it in a smart way where you're backing into the billion. That means that you're doing the calculation of how many customers you have to bring value to, at what average cost per customer, and with how many team members that you can get to that billion, right? So I'll give you an example. In our organization, our 10-year vision is to become a $1 billion organization alongside 3,000 team members that help 1 million creators expand or grow their business. And if you do the math, that's $1 billion. So there's one thing to hustle and go for it, which is definitely needed. But the other thing is, how will you get there? What's the path? And then organizing your path on the way there.
Beautifully said. You do need a path, you do need a plan, and a proven system to get past these breaking points, right? Because I'm sure every business has them and in every industry. And it's also paired with getting with the right mentorship, with the right leadership, and cultivating, honing your skills to be that leader that you were meant to be. So thank you all for listening. This is episode 28 of the Un Billón Mindset podcast. And again, I'm your host, Marisol. Subscribe and check out the description of the show where you see more information about Omniprint as well, and potentially how Victor and his team can help you. So that is it, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Un billón.
Let's go.